Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host, and just about ready to begin. Going to have my tablets. Tablets shall be taken now. Yay! It is Friday morning. Yes, definitely Friday, I can tell. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today we are going to do a bit of a risotto. We've got to do a risotto because we don't have any potatoes. The potatoes we don't have it in. No potatoes, Bertie. Bertie's here being the normal psychotic craziness of the dogness. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Bertie. You're just a crazy dog. He's a crazy dog down here. Hi, how to go? We're going to do a bit of a risotto in the Instapot. Good boy, aren't you? I know. I know. No, you want your food. So first I'll do my food. So the first thing we do is about we need in total about 100 grams of rice. We're using basmati rice. It's the only one my body seems to. The other one was we've got the rice. The rice has gotten rice into the Instapot. See? Rice Instapot, good. The first bit. I think Twitch is being weird. Why is Twitch being weird? Looks like it's going to Twitch. Okay, I don't know. Twitch is always weird. Twitchy. Twitch is. So what we're going to add to the rice is a couple of sausages. There, like that. Some green beans. Then some carrots. There's one of the frozen stuff now, so carrots, green beans, and beans. So we'll put these back away. We're going to put some mulligatawny soup inside. And we need about, I would say about 300 mils liquid. Okay, so that's done. Now I just need to stir it up. Give it a quick stir. Put this on. In about 15 minutes now that will be cooked. There, cooking. The food is cooking. So now I think we should feed the doggies. I think the doggies need feeding. Feed the dogs. Give the doggies their food. Bertie's so enthusiastic about his food. He loves his food. Beyond anything else. Turkey. Turkey, wet food for the doggies. Food for the doggies. First. Rest of this in here. My grocery shop should come today. My online shopping stuff should come today. Oh God, yeah. He loves food so much. In from the soup I had. Always do a bit of extra. Carol, come on there. Well, okay. So I'm bidding on a 980 Ti at the moment. Or it's either going to be a 980 Ti or a 1080 Ti. I don't need to worry about having anything more powerful than that for that computer upstairs. Yeah, a 980 Ti, which is the more powerful. I've got a 970 in there, so the 980 Ti was the most powerful one for that generation, and it's still a good card. The 1080 Ti is about 30% more powerful, but it's very expensive. So if I can get a 980 Ti, it'll be better. And well, I'll know midday today whether I'm getting a 1080 Ti or a 980 Ti. Either one will be good, because when we checked it on VRchat, didn't you? And my 970, which is pretty much the worst 970 in there you can get. It's an old palette version that was a blower 970. So it's one of the. So I'm going from that to a really nice 980 Ti or a 1080 Ti. One of the two. And I'll know in about 3 hours, because that's when the auction ends. The auction ends for the 1080 Ti, which I've bid on, but it hasn't hit its reserve, and I aren't going to go any higher. So when that fails, I will buy this 980 Ti. I mean, VRchat was fine on that backup system. Beryl has finally decided it's time to finish her food. You know, I'm probably going to get one of my old phones and see if I can set it up with OBS as another camera, as the live action camera. Hello, Letona, thank you. I mean, I hope she's okay. I hope Kayla is okay. It's just been a while since I've heard from her, and I know she's going through rough times. It really sucks. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, to go. I know what that's like. In fact, give me a second. I'm just going to go upstairs. Just going to go upstairs and pick up. I've got another phone. It's a really old one, but I want to see whether it'll work with this OBS stuff. So I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Splendid. First idea. My tablet should be able to work with OBS. But this all depends. Might get a bit choppy now when I do this. Because the bandwidth, I don't have wireless 6 set up yet. I need to buy an access point. So at the moment, having 2 of these run at the same time might be a bit challenging, but let's try it. Let's open up a new DroidCam OBS, a second DroidCam OBS. That's an action cam. And we'll use okay. Okay. And let's see if this works. See if this camera on this will work. Activate. Hey, it worked. So this is just the action cam so you can look at the dogs. They just about finished their food. There. So we've got an action cam for the doggy. And look, Bertie is eating out, is cleaning Beryl's bowl now. And Beryl has just gone into the living room to lay down because she's oh no, Beryl's down here. Beryl's down here investigating things. So Bertie will go back to his bowl now. Look that one and make sure there's nothing there. Hello, Bertie. Hello, Bertie. Aren't you beautiful? So yeah, we can use my you're a good boy. You're happy? You're happy boy, aren't you? Go on. Bertie. Okay. I did clean the floor yesterday. But dogs and outside when they come in will make a mess all the time. So the floor has been cleaned yesterday. Actually used the mop on the floor cleaning this down in the place. See, Bertie will go searching for food. Bertie will go searching everywhere for food now, just in case there's any food anywhere in the house. He doesn't slip on the floor at all. I think that's just the way he walks, the way Bertie walks. Beryl's not really interested in. Well, Beryl's just doing a normal thing where what she does, Beryl does is this. Watch. What she's doing is this. Beryl is very clean. What she does is this. When she's eaten, she finds a bit of material like the bed and that to rub her mouth on the material, get rid of any food, and then she licks that material. So the way she does it, she's very intelligent. She will wipe her face, her mouth on the actual any material she can find. Usually it's the settee or something. And then she will lick. She's like cleaning off the last little bits of food from her mouth. And then she'll lick that if she liked the food. So what are you doing, Bertie? You're a good doggy. So this is what we can use for the action cam now. Because, let me show you. I put my camera when it's here now, the tripod for the camera. Because if you noticed, sometimes the camera was a bit shaky because it was on this desk, which isn't very stable. So I've done a bit of jury rigging of tying an old tripod to a light pole there, which is secure and won't shake. So the main camera doesn't shake anymore. But it means that if, say, I'm doing food or I want to show you anything in the room, I can't because the camera's tied to there. So, yeah. So now you see my setup there. Would you like to see the snow? Let's have a look at the snow. Let's make the camera big. Let's have a look at the snow. It is snowing quite a lot here. Right? It's snow in the backyard. It's not snowing at the moment, and it's about melting a little bit. Yeah, yeah. The tablet cam does look great. It's another Samsung one, which works so well in this kind of thing. Would you like to see my living room? Would you like to see my living room? Let's go in. Let's show you the living room. This is the kitchen. Let's go into the living room. Go back in here. Hello. So yeah, let's turn off this camera now. Yep, let's turn that off. So yeah, what you saw, that little moose saber, is the Paola made her own lightsaber. Yeah, yeah. I've cleaned it all up and made it all mine now. The downstairs is all mine, apart from it needing a good painting and everything. Once I actually own the place and can actually do that, once my mum passes away, I'll be able to do the major work on it. The living room is nice and cozy. Yeah, yeah. Paola made herself a little, because her nickname was Moosie and she liked cows, so she wanted to make a lightsaber that was basically a cow. So she made a moose saber. And so I've got all my books and everything in there. I sometimes stay going. It's the warm. If it gets really cold, I turn that fire on. That fire is very good because when I first moved in here, I couldn't use that fire because Trevor hadn't had it serviced for like about 5 years, and so I had to pay for British Gas to come out and service it to make sure there wasn't any blockages in the flue and that because of carbon monoxide and that. But now I can use that fire and it's a really nice fire. It warms that room up really quick. With the doors closed, that room becomes really cozy. So now and then I will sit in there with my dogs at night with the doors shut. No, it wasn't, but I couldn't chance it. I couldn't chance until it had been checked by a professional because Trevor had never serviced it. That kind of fire is supposed to be serviced every year. And so I couldn't chance turning it on until then. And that's the room I eat in and things like that. That's the main room downstairs. And of course, my kitchen is set up for VR, for cooking and that. It's a nice kitchen. I mean, let's show you this kitchen. Not a bad little kitchen. It still needs some work on it. But I don't spend much time in here. Yeah. Let's come back on this car. Okay, we'll restart the camera. So, okay, so you see the back door. You see my first little on. So of course that's stuff that you all see anyway. some bits and pieces over there, and what is cooking the meal at the moment. My microwave and not much else to it. And this is the table with the Steam Deck on and everything where it's used for my thingy. So you know the thingy where it's all set up. Now I'll give you a proper walk around my living room now. We've done a little walk. We'll do a proper walk around so you can see all of it. So down here I have two. Yeah. We've just had the full exploration of that. I've got to change one of them. I just noticed. This one with the Valve, the postcards from Valve in. It's slipped down a bit, so I'm going to just put this over here. I'm going to just actually get this out and redo it. Take the back of the frame off. Yeah. Take the back off there. There we go. Now these are 3D postcards that Valve sent me. Okay. These are 3D postcards that Valve sent me. So they've got a 3D stereotype of image that changes as you move them like that. And on the back, they've got the from the Valve Index team and Half-Life team, all their thingies. So they're brilliant, the people at Valve are. They really are. Let's put this all back in ready again. Like that. With paper over the top. Get this one back in. Put the now push down the stuff that keeps it all in place, and then this one should be back as it should be, and put it back on the wall. Right. Yeah, there we are. Got them both there again, like as they should be. There. Yeah, I did manage after after all the stuff happened, I did manage to actually. Ever want to know? Come on, baby. Oh, you can come up. We know you like to be up on here and see what's going on. Don't you, baby? Yes. Yes. You love watching what's going on, don't you, baby? But she's not allowed to get on this desk because it's too slidey. You fall. Isn't that right, baby? Beautiful. Oh, and that was the food doing. Oh, she is. Beryl's adorable. So Beryl's gone into the living room now. She'll probably lie down on the sofa somewhere where it's nice and warm. Yeah, it's around 0 at the moment. Alexa, what's the weather like today? Ooh, so a low of my low. So it's actually, yeah, it's like snow outside, and it's 0 degrees at the moment, and it's going to be -4, -5 tonight. But yeah, it's freaking cold here. It's freaking cold. Let's have a look at the news. Let's see if there's anything worth talking about on the news. I don't think there is. Okay, so there's nothing going on. News. Welcome back. Yeah. So I'm not seeing anything interesting in the news, just normal sucky stuff going on. I'll check routers. No, nothing important. Nope, not seeing anything important. Yeah. Not seeing any major news. I'm sure there is news out there, but nothing actually beyond the normal trauma and crap that's going on in Ukraine and all the other bits and pieces. The UK's basically come to a standstill due to the snow. All is good. All is fine. We are fine. The industry has changed quite a lot. I mean, I come from a time where in 1980, I was able to phone up Activision in I think it was 1984. I was able to call up Activision, and they gave me the phone number and the address of a developer of a game that was working on a game that they were doing. And I was actually able to call him at his home and chat with him. This was freaking awesome. I mean, seriously, I was back in those days of innocence and early industry. Can you imagine that happening now? Can you imagine that happening now? There's so many gatekeepers in the way that there's no way you can talk to these people. But yeah, I was able to call up Activision and say, hey, I'd like to talk to, I think it was Crowther, the person. Yeah, who was the developer? Let me have a look at the developer. Let me see if I can find who was. I'll explain in a minute. I'm just getting the thingy. He made lots of different games. I'm just looking for so I don't butcher his name. Chris Crowther. And basically, this was the beginning of 1990s. We were just heading to the 1990s. So Chris Crowther had just brought out Captive 1990. Brilliant game on the Amiga. And so I was so interested in all this game that I wanted to talk to the guy who made it. And of course, me being crazy, I just rang up Activision and said to him, hey, do you have the home phone number for Chris Crowther? I'd like to just talk to him about the game Captive. And the person I spoke to at Activision gave me his phone number. And so I rang him. And said, and we had a chat about games and about development and about the way they did tile sets for maps and that back then. You couldn't do that these days. You could not do that these days. It's crazy. But it was wonderful. The thing is, such a lot of game stuff has been lost. Such a lot has been lost. I mean, that's 43 years ago. No, 33 years. It's 33 years ago. That's a lot. Yeah. They have to protect them now because there is a lot of bad people. Those days were the early days where you could talk to them. This is back in the days of Infograms, before Ubisoft and all that. And I may remember getting my first virus on my computer system from a game called Hard War. Brilliant game. Amazing game. Hard War was. Hard War. WHRDWAR. Hard War. The game. And I had a copied version of it, unfortunately. And one of the errors that came up was a thingy, and that's how I found out I had a bad copy of it. Hard War. Hard War was a brilliant game. Very dystopian. Hard War computer game. I still remember. Let's find the wiki for it. Made by Gremlin Interactive, Hard War. Great game back then. Hard War, the video game. One of my early PC games. Wow. Morning, Azeal. Oh, wow. My God. What day is it? Last month? We don't need food can because the food's over there. We've actually just already... The food is in the actual Instapot. Hard War it was actually released in 2023. They released a version of it on Steam. Let me look at the store. It was freaking hell. Even though it's a very old game, I might buy it to play on stream. It's an excellent game. Come on. Got too many windows up. Okay. Let me look at Hard Wars out. Are they... What's Hard War? I put a wiki for you in the thingy. It's an excellent, amazing game that came out in 1998. And it just had a re-release on. Yes, £8.50. Oh my God, I think I'm going to get that. Hard War is like one of the most classic games. Before Elite came out and that, I'll put you the link to it again. I just read the wiki of it and it was just released. My God. It's a really classic game. Yeah, you should read it. This is one of the... It's unfortunately, this game, once again, was lost in... There were so many things coming out at the time. But I completed it back then. It was amazing. It was basically you're a mercenary. You can do your own thing. You're stuck on, I think it's Mars. And you're trying to leave Mars. But there's lots of vying political situations and stories you've got to get involved with to finally be able to leave the planet, because nobody gets to leave the planet. You're all encapsulated in it, and there's lots of fighting. It's like Elite, where you're fighting in a ship with 6 degrees of movement. Really good. You could upgrade your ship, buy new ships. It's one of the early games that would really push the limits. So I would recommend this game. Of course, that's me. So I am going to buy this. I am going to freaking buy this. This is going to be bought. Okay. I am what is called bipolar type 2. Just let me buy this game before I forget, because I've got to buy this game on Steam. It's got to be bought. I did not know this game was out. This has got to be bought. This is oh my God, this game is one of my favourite games of all time. I played it with Paola back in 1998. And now they've re-released it on Steam. It's going to look janky. It's going to be thingy, but I don't care. I'm buying this freaking game. So before we talk about anything else, this game has got to be bought. Let it do its thing. There. I bought it. Yay! I'll install it on my main computer upstairs. I would hope you couldn't find it on there far to go, because I don't like the idea of it being pirated. Please don't talk about pirating games on the channel. One of the reasons that the game didn't do very well was it was pirated so much. I know in Russia it's different and a lot of stuff is pirated and that, and you can't buy stuff at the moment and that. But Hard War is like one of those games that it didn't do so well because it was pirated so fucking much. They say pirating stuff doesn't hurt anybody, but it fucking well does. And I know that from the side of actual developers who have gone under because their game's been pirated so much that they know. Do you know? There's a game called Goo. Yeah, you won't hear as well. There's a game called it's called Goo or something like that, where you play as these little tiny blobs and you're trying to make connections to make actual structures to get over bridges and stuff like that. Very well thought out, gorgeous game. Yeah. Well, here's the thing to be here's the thing to be ashamed about that game for. Anyone who's ever pirated a game should be ashamed. Why? Because first of all, the guy released it DRM-free on his website. He released it in a way where you could pay how much you wanted to for it. There was no set price. You could pay exactly how much you wanted to, which discounts all the main arguments against piracy. 98% of the games out there of World of Goo were pirated. Only 2% were bought. And that's kind of sad. Between 90 and 98% were pirated. Yeah. And that's a sad thing. What do you think that does to a small developer? Because people could, because they could steal it, because they could, because it was DRM free, because it didn't have any protection, because people always complained about protection. Oh, I won't buy a game because it's got DRM and stops people using it. No, they stole it because they were scum. They stole it because they could, and they didn't pay, even though on his own website, he allowed you to buy it for whatever price you thought it was worth it. And that just shows how sucky he was. Yeah, Jennifer. But yeah. Okay, let's talk about bipolar. It's very simple to explain my version of bipolar. My version of bipolar is bipolar type 2. And bipolar type 2 is type means that emotionally I am depressed all the time. What it means is this. It's very simple. The way I explain bipolar type 2 is this. This is your normal mental emotional landscape. Happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. That is you. Happy. Yeah, I know. He's coming today, isn't he? I'm so happy for you. Now, as someone with bipolar type 2, my my mind, my natural state of my brain is here in depression all the time. I have to fight to get it up to that level of a normal mental side, and my brain can go hyper or can go mania and hyper and manic, so it can go right up into the stratosphere of hyperness, or it can go all the way deep down into deep depression. But my brain exists on a lower thingy. That's called type 2 bipolar. But yeah, for any that don't know, Jennifer's wonderful lover, friend, snuggle partner, awesome person is going to visit her, is on his way there probably now. Or will when he wakes up. Don't know how long it's going to take him to get to you. So that's awesome. You two definitely deserve to have time together. But yeah, that's my bipolar, Azeal. Any other questions about my bipolar? If you have any more questions, feel free to ask, because I am always happy to answer. Okay. There's multiple types. I don't have my final assessment. I'm still waiting, probably another 6 months before I actually see face to face the final assessment. So I won't know until that's sorted out. We know I'm somewhere on the autistic spectrum and that, but we don't know where. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to just open up this. We've got a pretty good idea of the different things that my autism is, but it's going to take a while to. So yeah, this is a risotto type thing. Just get over here so you can see it. Let's bring back up the camera so you can see it. Okay. See, risotto is ready, and it smells gorgeous. So yeah, I'll use this from now on as the actual action cam. So I'm going to go eat now in a minute. There is multiple types. There's lots and lots of different types of autism, and it's all over the place because everybody's unique and their life up to that point. And if they have comorbidities, what comorbidities mean is like so a lot of the time people who've got or autistic will have OCD and ADHD and bipolar of a different type, or they might have something else, and it all sort of mixes together. So there's no really you can define it as a person as a type. This is why they change it. There used to be a spectrum, and now it's a tree type, and then there's lots of different labels and all these kind of things. So yeah. So I am going to go now and have something to eat. I hope you all have a wonderful, splendiferous day. So bye-bye for now, you wonderful people. I'm going to go and eat my food. Bertie's happy, Beryl's happy. My food will be arriving between 11 and 1. After 1 p.m, I will be doing a stream. Can't do a stream until after 1 p.m. because I'll be waiting for the groceries to come. So I will say bye-bye.